Welcome to part 43, and we are at Gerudo's Fortress. And we are here because we need to rescue 4 carpenters from this fortress. And, well, let's just say that walking up to these band of thieves and asking them to release the prisoners will not work. Because if they see you, they will toss you in jail as well. And, it is possible to actually complete this section of the game without being caught by any of the thieves. If you just go around this way and wait for one of the thieves to turn around and go the other direction. But, you can also, but unfortunately, I got caught around here. I messed up. And basically, we just need to, well, either or, you can either sneak around or get captured. It doesn't really matter. And if you do get captured and get tossed in this little prison area, the Gerudo are actually stupid enough to allow you to keep your items. So yeah, we can escape no problem, and that's what we're going to do. Just take your long shot and hook onto this wooden beam right here, and we'll be out in no time. Alright, now we can stun these guards. You can either use the long shot to stun them, and when you stun them with the thing, with your long shot, they'll turn blue and stay in place for a little bit. However, if you use the arrows, you can actually knock them out for a longer period of time. So, I recommend just using the arrows. And when we go through this passageway, we will encounter the first jail cell that contains the first carpenter. Yay, and every time we enter one of the carpenter's jail cells, he'll try and get your attention, and they'll explain that they didn't want to be a carpenter anymore, and basically they ponder how you get past all the guards. And of course, if we can get them out of here, they will repay a favor somehow. And then when they say this dialogue about be careful of the Gerudo guards, well, sure enough, one appears. Pretty much these guards right here are the gatekeepers. They are the sentries that guard the carpenters, and our goal is to defeat them, and when we defeat them, we get a small key. And of course, I have the Biggeron sword, which makes this a whole lot easier for me. And yeah, so basically when we free a carpenter, we have to talk to them in order for them to go, just like the Gorons in the Fire Temple. You know, why can't they just go, you know, leave as soon as I unlock the door? Why do they have to be so stupid? So yeah, apparently the story is that the carpenters had enough of being carpenters and they decided to become Gerudo thieves to be cool and all that stuff. But since the Gerudos are pretty much an all-female group, they hate males, well, except for Ganondorf, their king. They pretty much imprison the males, and well, yeah, as soon as we free each carpenter, they'll have enough and they'll just leave. Of course, when you continue along this passageway here, we will encounter a Gerudo thief patrolling the area. Now, we can either knock them out with an arrow, or we can just run past them as soon as they are out of range. Alright, and here's a fun fact. The first carpenter that we freed, his name was Ichiro, I believe. And Ichiro, his name is actually derived from the Japanese word meaning first son. And it makes sense since he was the first carpenter that we freed. And I wonder if the other carpenters will have similar names. Yeah. Anyway, basically, there is a Gerudo sentry patrolling this area, and again, we have to time this correctly, because if we get caught at any point, we will be tossed back into the cell, and we will have to retrace our steps to get back to where we are. And that would suck. Now, I think you can free the carpenters in any order, but usually there's a predetermined order that you have to go through. And, yeah. Basically, basically, these carpenters were pretty much were the ones hired by Impa to build Kakariko Village to make it a nice bustling town as it is in Adult Link's timeline. But yeah. Anyway, pretty much all these carpenters are led by a guy named Mutar, and yeah, Mutar and the carpenters actually appear in future Zelda games, so that's fun. Anyway, here we are in the second carpenter cell, and the dialogue will be exactly the same. How'd you sneak past the guards? There's a guard here. Look out, and the fight begins. Blah 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 blah. We're going to hear this about 2 more times after this one. So yeah. Now, of course, we'll fight another one of these guards again. And since this one will be a little longer, I'll explain how the fight works. Basically, with these fights here, the Gerudo guards will have a pair of scimitars, these hook swords right here. And she'll try and strike you down, and those swords will take... they don't take much off your hearts. Now, what she'll do is, at some point, she'll do this move where she will actually, like, spring back a little, like, bends her knees a little, and then does a whirlwind strike attack towards you. And if she hits you with that whirlwind strike attack, it's an instant defeat. She will knock you out, and you'll get sent back to the cell. And what you have to do here is when you retrace your steps and come back to the room where you were defeated by the guard will immediately drop down and the fight will continue. And the best way to take care of these guards here is to wait until they do that spiral slash technique and make sure you get out of the way. And while in that brief moment, you can use your sword to strike her. Now, of course, again, I have the Bigoron sword, which means you can go ahead and keep striking and striking and striking until she's defeated and she gives up the small key. So, yeah. And, of course, after each defeat, they retreat for some reason. Alright. I'm a cute kid. Sir, I don't swing that way. You might find me attractive, but, I would rather marry a fish girl. No offense, sir. Yeah. So, I'm not... I mean, are all these carpenters swing that way? You know, homosexuality and stuff? I mean, I don't mind homosexuality, personally. I have some friends who are gay, but I'm surprised that they actually managed to pull this off in a Zelda game. I mean, the way they run all femininely and stuff. Yeah. Well, and, yeah. Anyway, this room right here, there are a couple of, sentries patrolling, just knocking out with arrows, and we can either run across the room or just, use the hover boost to go to that mid platform and then to the other side. It doesn't really matter how you get across. Just get across. Anyway, when we get out here to this, when we leave this exit right here, we will actually be outside in a different area, and then we're gonna play the sun song. We're gonna play the sun song next because we want to turn to nighttime because there is a gold Skulltula that we have to nab. Yep, there are some gold Skulltulas here too. They do not discriminate on where they build their nest, where they are perched and whatnot. And you can see it on that brown cliff face right there, just barely. So you can use the long shot from here to actually nab him. And of course, it'll be a little difficult. It doesn't really matter because while it's still nighttime, I'm actually going to go hunt myself a heart piece. And I'll show you how to do that in just a second. Now, the second carpenter that we freed, his name is Jiro. Now, it's derived from that Japanese word which translates to second son. So, if you're pretty much getting Ichiro, then Jiro, that means you're going in the was called the preferred order of how to free the Carpenters. And, like, I don't know if there's actually is a preferred method, but that's pretty much how I do it. That's pretty much how most players who play this game do it. So, yeah. Anyway, to get the heart piece, which is in a treasure chest, we need to get over to that side of the roof. Now you can either play the Scarecrow song to summon Pierre, or you can just long shot the chest directly. Now Pierre is actually more for the if you have the hook shot and not upgraded to the long shot yet. Actually, folks, as soon as you get the hook shot from Dampy, you can actually complete this little side quest before entering the Forest Temple. What do you think of that? Of course, it'll be a little more difficult since you wouldn't have any arrows at the time, because arrows stun the guards a bit longer. But yeah. Anyway, by playing the Sun Song again, we will reappear at our previous location next to the door, and then from here we can just jump on down and enter the next area. Now, of course, right here, that hallway that I'm facing will contain a Gerudo sentry. And notice how all the Gerudo women wear masks. It makes sense in a way because they're thieves and they don't want to be identified by the victims. I mean, if someone gets tracked down by a thief and have their stuff stolen, they don't want their identities known. They don't want to have like an army or a group of people seeking frontier justice against this one particular thief. So yeah. Also notice that each of the doors are, like, the colors above the locked doors are different for each cell. So I thought it gives each cell a nice sense of individuality, a difference. So yeah. And of course, now, these guards that keep attacking me when I try to free the Carpenters, they're supposed to be the elite. But of course, with Bigoron Sword again, I make quick work of them. See, little effort is... This is pathetic. This is sad. Alright. Let's see who you are. Alright, thanks, boy. Well, it's better than cute kid. Alright. Anyway, of course, each time you free a worker, somehow they have like some kind of psychic link because they know how many of the Carpenters are left. So yeah. Anyway, we just freed Saburo. I don't know how it's pronounced. Basically, it's derived from the word which translated means third son. We're sensing a pattern, aren't we, folks? Alright, we'll go back out the way we came, and then from right here, we're going to go straight down this way. Right here, and then take your first right. And then we will encounter the last cell. Yeah, we are almost done. We're going to free our last Carpenter right now. And of course, same drill as before. Blah, 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 blah. How's he sneak past the guards? There's a Gerudo guard. Look out. Oh, no. You know, after a while, it'd be kind of tedious. You know, I was planning on fast-forwarding through this thing, but as I was going through this footage, I realized how quickly I killed these Gerudo guards with my Bigoron Sword, so I decided to keep it in because, hey, I'm just that awesome. See, again, with Bigoron Sword, a jump attack does 4 times the damage, so that's great. And with that, we're done with this little side quest. Now we just have to free the Carpenter, and we'll see what goes on next. Of course, his name is Shiro. And, of course, Shiro is derived from the Japanese word, when translated, means fourth son. So, Of course, he says, in order to cross the haunted wasteland, which we do have to cross, we need the Eye of Truth, which just so happens that we have in possession at the time. So yeah, we're ready to go. So what is this favor all the Carpenters are going to do? Well, we'll see in a bit. Anyway, after the last Carpenter leaves, this thief arrives. Now, she's actually been following Link, seeing him free all the Carpenters, using all his stealth skills, and she finds him impressive. And, of course, she is the second in command to Naburu. Now, Naburu herself is the second in command to Ganondorf. So, we are pretty much talking to the number 3 person of this base. So, yeah. And because she is so impressed with our skills, she will give us the Gerudo membership card. And with this membership card, we are now free to move all about the fortress without getting tossed in jail. Now, here's a fun little trick. Notice how her outfit is green and all that stuff? Well, normally her outfit is red. You want to know why it's green? It's because I'm currently wearing green. Yeah, there's this little glitch here that, depending on which tunic Link wears, she will also have a matching outfit. See how I put on the red tunic and she's now wearing a red outfit, which is her normal outfit, by the way. Yeah, see, you can have a little fun playing dress up with her, and it's all nice. And I believe her lipstick also changes color too. I'm guessing it's due to all the coding and stuff, and yeah. So, try it. It's nice. So yeah, we're now free to move about the fortress. Goody. We can talk up to these thieves. They will not toss us in jail. You know, it's funny that we are now a member of a club, a group, that Ganondorf belongs to. So, think about it, folks. We are now somehow related to the enemy. That's kind of weird. Anyway, our goal is to get to the Spirit Temple where the Exalted Naburu is stationed. And since she is a loyal servant of Ganondorf, she might be some trouble when we get there. We'll have to find out. Now, before we go, there's something I want to do here. Actually, there are a couple things I want to do here while I'm at the Gerudo's Fortress. First, I have to bring back Epona because somehow she disappeared while I was sneaking around the fortress. And the reason I'm bringing Epona here is because there's actually a minigame we can do in this area. Basically, there is, when we ride Epona upwards towards the hill, there's actually a game called the horseback archery. Now, for 20 rupees per game, we are allowed to pretty much shoot a bunch of targets on horseback, and we are only given 20 arrows. There are no unlimited arrows, which kind of sucks. I mean, if there were unlimited arrows, I would spam the thing. I would pretty much win this game easily, but the developers wanted people to have a little challenge. So yeah, in order to get started on this game, we need to talk to this person right here. And of course, she comments on where I stole it from, but, well, that's technically true. I did steal it from Long Long Ranch, but it was supposed to be for Ganondorf, but hey, who cares? Anyway, the goal is that we need to get 1,000 points, and if we get 1,000 points, we'll get a heart piece. So yeah, basically it's an automated track kind of thing. Again, you have only 20 arrows. Now, the pots here, they are worth 100 points each. Now, certain points on the target are worth certain amounts depending on where you strike. Like the outer area is worth 30 points. The inner ring area is 60 points. And the middle bullseye area, that's 100. So yeah, try and get all the pots you can, although it's difficult to try and get them because of the way you're moving, and you have to position your thing, and again, you have only limited shots. And of course, you get 2 chances to get to the pots and the targets in the middle area. So yeah, eventually you'll get 1,000 points, and again, you will get a heart piece, so that is fantastic. Now, afterwards, you can do this little mini game again and try and get 1,500 points. That's 1,500 if you are not good with numbers. Basically, the idea is that we have to improve our skills a little, and if we manage to succeed in getting 1,500 points this go around, well, we will be rewarded with the biggest quiver. That's the maximum, and our maximum capacity will increase to 50. Now, if you want to do this thing, you can go right ahead, but it takes a lot of time and a lot of rupees and a lot of patience to get done. And frankly, I don't have it, so frack that. Yeah, I said it. It had to be said. And besides, I believe for myself, 40 rupees is plenty. And if you want to try this mini game and spend some time with it, be my guest. But I play this game to beat this game. I want to have some fun. I don't want to go through obstacles that give me a headache or pull my hair out or anything. So yeah. Anyway, before we go journey across the haunted wasteland, we're going to make this little detour here to the Gerudo trading ground. Basically, it's a mini dungeon, and what we have to do is make it to the center of a treasure room, and it's filled with all sorts of challenges that we have to accomplish. And it's a completely optional dungeon, but I will go ahead and go through this in part 44, and see you then.